Hello my dear students, welcome back to chemistry class beta. In today's class I am going to discuss about the polymers, especially for a revision point of view. I am going to be discuss. Okay, now it may be useful to you for competitive exams beta like NEET and CET, okay, and also for GMAINS exams like that. Okay, right, whatever it may be. So from the polymers topic, from which points, from which topics they are going to ask you the questions. कहाँ से ज़्यादा questions repeat हो रहे बेटा? Okay, in that manner we are going to be discussed. So mainly these polymers I am going to be discussing in two parts, and this is the part 1, and tomorrow I will send you part 2 video class beta. Okay, good. So in part 1 of the syllabus यहाँ पर cover करेंगे and remaining of we will discuss tomorrow beta. Good. So as much as possible I am going in short way. Try to catch beta. जल्दी समझ आना पड़ेगा. It's easy catch कीजिए. Good. So let me consider first of all with polymerization. So during polymerization, what are the changes are coming, and what are the changes we are going to be observing? So simply we can say that during polymerization, first of all we have to be consider that number of monomer units, and also we can say that simple units. In the process of polymerization, they undergo linked by each other. So number of monomer units during polymerization, they will linked by each other by the use of bond is nothing but covalent bonds. They goes to be linked by what beta? Covalent bonds. And finally we are going to get a large biomolecule, and we are going to get that a polymeric compound, that is nothing but the complex compound. Such complex compound is known as, we have to be say that polymer. So polymer is nothing but a large molecular weight complex compound which is formed by the polymerization of, which is formed from the number of monomer units which are linked by what beta? Covalent bonds. So final touch, number of monomer units, and also we can say that simple units, and also we can say that repeating structural units of polymer. Okay na? Good. So just one thing remember कीजिए, during polymerization number of monomer units, they goes to be linked by the covalent bonds, and they are going to form a large molecular weight complex compound, that is called the polymer. So let me write any 1, 2, 2, 3 examples. Nana, try to remember. Of course, we have to be discussed so many examples. Okay, the monomer is nothing but number of ethene units, number of ethene or ethylene. It's going to be act as monomer. They are going to be linked by what beta? Same thing, covalent bond. In the process of polymerization, ethane converted into what beta? Polythene. Good. So ethene is nothing but monomer. For the respective polymer is nothing but polythene. For suppose I am going to be consider that number of vinyl chloride units, VC, it goes to be converted into PVC, nothing but polyvinyl chloride. And also we can consider that number of AN. What is mean by AN? Acrylonitrile, and also we can say that vinyl cyanide. It upon polymerization by the help, with the help of covalent bonds, and also it going to be form the polymer, that is nothing but PAN, polyacrylonitrile. So pan monomer is acrylonitrile, PVC monomer is vinyl chloride, polythene monomer is nothing but ethene. Here what happened beta? In the procedure of polymerization, number of monomer units, they are linked by the covalent bonds, and they form what beta? They are going to form the respective polymers. Okay now, good. Now I am going to discuss about the little bit classification के बारे में discuss करेंगे, because of classification is also very important. यहाँ से भी questions पूछते बेटा आपको. Good. So the topic is nothing but classification of polymers. Classification of polymers is in that number 1 classification on the basis of sources. On the basis of sources. So on the basis of sources, I want to tell that polymers are classified into 3 types. Polymers are classified into 3 types. Number 1 is natural polymers. Natural polymers. Number 2 is semi-synthetic polymers. Semi-synthetic polymers. And number 3 is nothing but the synthetic polymers. synthetic polymers. Natural polymers, semi-synthetic polymers and synthetic polymers. In that manner, polymers are classified into three types on the basis of whatever sources. Okay, what about natural polymers? Natural polymers, they are obtained from the natural sources. What are the natural sources? Like plants and animals. Okay, so try to say some examples. Yes, natural sources say available hote beta. Let me consider starch, and also we can see that cellulose, they are available from the plants. Yes or no beta? And also we can say that rubber, natural rubber, and also we can say that is nothing but fiber. Yes or no beta? And also we can consider silk. Next one is nothing but wool. Next one is nothing but proteins. All list of, okay now, as polymers we can consider. These all are available from the natural sources like plants and animals. So we have to say that they are nothing but the natural polymers. Okay. Sir, what about semi-synthetic polymers? Semi-synthetic polymers, they are also derivatives of natural polymers. That means these are prepared by making some modifications upon natural polymer. Natural polymer के ऊपर कुछ modification करने के बाद you are going to get the semi-synthetic polymer. Okay, one example. First, suppose natural polymer is cellulose. Cellulose upon nitration, it gives a product is nothing but cellulose nitrate. So it was obtained from what? Nana? Cellulose. So all semi-synthetic polymers, these are the derivatives of natural polymers, or we can say synthetic derivatives of natural polymers. Okay, again cellulose, you suppose undergo acylation. So what will be the product? So the product name is nothing but cellulose acetate. Very, very, very important. So many times may, okay, so many times exam may repeated question beta. So give, okay, now among the following semi-synthetic polymer is cellulose nitrate, and also we can say that cellulose acetate. But try to remember cellulose acetate, another name is called rayon. What beta? Rayon. Very important question. And rayon बोल सकते हैं. Yes, and also we can say that this is nothing but the Ceylonese silk. It is also a repeated question in previous exam. Ceylonese silk. What is mean by Ceylonese silk? That is nothing but the cellulose acetate, and also we can say that rayon fiber. And try to remember Ceylonese silk, and we can say that rayon. Yes, this is nothing but the first synthetic fiber. So among the following, first synthetic fiber is, answer is nothing but what beta? Cellulose acetate. And also एक बार question भी repeat हुआ था. Among the following, artificial silk is, so our answer is nothing but again same thing, cellulose acetate. It is known as artificial silk. We have to say that what beta? Artificial silk. So this all are the very important information about what beta? Cellulose acetate, and also we can say that about rayon. Okay na? Good. Next, third one is nothing but regarding synthetic polymers. Yes, इसके बारे में कुछ बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Synthetic polymers are nothing but the completely, we have to say that man-made polymers. For suppose synthetic plastic, so synthetic rubber, so synthetic what beta? Yes, what nano fiber, so everything, whatever that may be. Okay, for suppose synthetic plastic, let me consider one example, polythene. Synthetic fiber, let me consider one example, that is nothing but the nylon 6,6. And synthetic rubber, we can consider so many examples, but let me consider any one two example, Buna S rubber and Buna N rubbers. Okay na? So this is the classification of polymers on the basis of their what beta sources. Good. Now number 2. Second classification of the polymers based on their structures. Based on their structures. On the basis of structures, again here polymers are classified into 3 types. How many types beta? 3 types. So on the basis of structures, again polymers are classified into 3 types. In that, number 1 is linear chain polymers, and number 2 is branched chain polymers. Branched chain polymers, and number 3 is cross-linked polymers. Cross-linked, and also we can say that 3-dimensional 3D, and also we can say that 3-dimensional means 3D network polymers. Like that we have to be said, or we can say cage like polymer भी बोल सकते हैं. Okay. In linear chain polymers, simply we can see the number of linear and straight chain. Okay, no, polymer chains we can see later. Okay. If in that chain, okay, if they are having some branches, that is called branched chain polymers. And if two polymer chains are joined by two or more cross links, that is nothing but the 3D network polymer beta. Little bit difference will be there. Good. So for that linear chain polymers, okay, try to remember the example here. Focus on example. That is very important. HDPE. What is mean by HDPE? High density polythene. Okay. And one more example I am going to tell you. That is nothing but PVC. Polyvinyl chloride. An example of linear chain polymer. Next one is nothing but nylon 6,6. An example of fiber. It is also linear chain polymer. And also we can consider another example, polyesters. Polyesters like the terylene beta. Okay, all of you? Good. Next, branched chain polymers. Again, they are having number of linear chains, but they are having little bit incomplete branches. So we have to say that branched chain polymers. Example is nothing but LDPE. And also we can say another example is nothing but glycogen. Sir, what is meant by LDPE? Low density polythene. And another example here I am going to tell you, that is nothing but the amylopectin. What beta? Amylopectin. Glycogen, amylopectin and low density polyethylene, all they are nothing but the branched chain polymers. And cross-linked polymers, they are having number of polymer chains, but they are completely joined by the two or more what beta cross links, like that. So this is the structure of, we have to say that cage-like structure, and also we can see that 3D network structure beta. Example for this is nothing but इनका toughness भी ज़्यादा रहता बेटा due to their more number of cross links. Example is nothing but bakelite, and also we can see that bakelite as you wish. And one more example I am going to be considered here. This is nothing but the male MAC, bakelite and male MAC, nothing but melamine formaldehyde resin. Okay na beta? Good. So these are the examples and about their respective structures. And number 3 classification I am going to tell you here on the basis of molecular forces. On the basis of molecular forces. On the basis of intermolecular forces between the polymer chains, again polymers are classified into 4 types. Number 1 is elastomers. And number 2 is fibers. And third one is thermoplastic polymers. Thermoplastic polymers. And next one is thermosetting polymers. Thermosetting polymers. So on the basis of type of intermolecular forces between two polymer chains, again polymers are classified into 4 types: elastomers, fibers, thermoplastic and thermosetting polymers. Try to remember here in this classification, okay, what is the type of category? Examples kya hai? You have to be focused on that only. But here in this category, in this classification, not only on the examples, you have to be focused on their respective characters. Very important. Good. So let me consider first of all elastomers. Elastomers are nothing but the, try to remember just one word. They are nothing but the rubber-like polymers. Rubber ka nature, elastic nature. That's why we are saying elastomers. So they are elastic in nature. Yes, I have written here. Next one is nothing but, yes, listen carefully. Elastomers are nothing but the elastic in nature. They are having a rubber-like nature. Means definitely we can expect between two polymer chains, between two linear chain polymers, we can expect the presence of weak forces. Due to presence of weak force, okay, now वहाँ पर elastic means stretching will be possible beta. So here I am going to say you that in elastomers, polymer chains are bonded by the weak van der Waals forces. So due to presence of weak intermolecular forces between two polymer chains, they are having the nature elastic nature. Such polymers are known as elastomers. So example. So what I have told you, Yes, elastomers are nothing but rubbers like polymer. So simply we can say that Buna S rubber, and also we can consider the Buna N rubber, and also here I am going to consider another sample. This is nothing but the neoprene. Okay, na beta? Good. Next, go for second category, that is nothing but the fibers. Sir, what is mean by fiber? Fibers are nothing but the thread-like polymers. Fiber का मीनिंग अपना लैंग्वेज में क्या बता सकते हैं? थ्रेड ना. ओके, सो फाइबर्स आर नथिंग बट दी थ्रेड लाइक पॉलीमर्स. थ्रेड कंटेन इलास्टिक नेचर, elastic opposite nature, elast नहीं हो सकते, means more strong beta. So we have to say that they are having high tensile strength. Thread like polymers elastic नहीं हो सकता, means we have to say that high tensile strength. Okay ना बेटा? Good. And also we have to be say that, listen carefully. So rubber like nature due to elastic, due to weak van der Waals force. बट यहाँ पर इलास्टिक नेचर है, हाई टेंसिल स्ट्रेंथ, इतना स्ट्रेच नहीं हो सकते ना, बिकॉज ऑफ इन फाइबर्स पॉलीमर चेन्स आर बॉन्डेड बाय द हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. So in fibers, number of polymer chains, they are joined by the presence of hydrogen bond. Very important question. So due to presence of hydrogen bonds between okay, successive polymer chains, due to presence of more number of hydrogen bonds, we have to say that fibers, they are having high tensile strength. Okay na beta? Good. So what are the examples of fibers? Fibers example is nothing but nylon 6,6. Because of in that nylon 6,6 fiber, amide bond is there. What is the amide formula? C double bond O NH. So oxygen is there, hydrogen is there. There will be the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bond between two respective polymer chains. That's why fibers are high tensile strength, tensile in nature. Yes, and also we can say that one more is nothing but the, okay, pteryline also we can consider the example. Pteryline. What is meant by pteryline? Dacron. Yes, it can also form the hydrogen bond. So all they are examples of what beta? Fiber. Pteryline, cloth बोलते ना बेटा, nylon, cloth, nothing but fibers. Okay, they are having high tensile strength. Due to reason is only one thing, presence of hydrogen bond between two polymer chains. Good. Next one is nothing but thermoplastic and thermosetting polymers. Good. So thermoplastic polymers, these are nothing but they are having, okay, linear chain structure. Thermosetting polymers, they are having completely cross-linking structure. Along with linear, thermoplastic polymers, they are having linear and slightly branching nature also. So linear or, okay, slightly branched. Thermoplastic polymers are linear or slightly branched. What about thermosetting? Thermosetting polymers are cross-linked or highly branched. Highly branched. Okay na beta? Good. So let me explain, listen carefully. Okay, which type of structures they are having? I have told you. Thermoplastic, linear or slightly branched, setting, cross-linked or highly branched. So which may contain more toughness? Thermosetting, because of it contain cross-links, more number of cross-links, and also it contain highly branching in nature. So सारे bond को break करना है तो you require more energy. Okay ना बेटा? Good. So linear or slightly branched thermoplastic polymers. Okay, which type of structures they are having? I have told you na beta. Now next point I want to tell you about there. What is the importance of heating condition? What is the importance of thermo? What is the importance of thermo? Thermo both are having thermo condition na beta. So how they are depending upon thermo condition? That's what that one I am going to tell you beta. Good. So thermoplastic polymers, simply upon heating by the giving of thermo temperature, they become soft. Again upon cooling, followed by thermoplastic polymers, they becomes what beta? Hard. Once again, thermoplastic polymers upon heating becomes soft. Again upon cooling becomes hard. Soft को hard बना सकते हैं, hard को soft बना सकते हैं. Means we can use multi-taps. That means we have to be say that thermoplastic polymers are reused polymers, and we can say that remoldable polymers. Reused and remoldable polymers. जो शेप चाहना वो शेप में अपन मोल्ड कर सकते हैं ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ थर्मो कॉन्सेप्ट. Because of upon heating they become soft, again upon cooling they will become hard. So due to such possible nature, due to such feasible nature, okay, they can be reused and they can be remoldable into our respective desired shapes. Okay na beta? So thermoplastic polymers, example what we can write, so that is nothing but the PVC pipes. Okay, farmers agriculture field में use करते हैं ना बेटा, remoldable procedure. And one more is nothing but PVC, polythene also we can use. So PVC and polythene, try to focus on these two. These are the examples of thermoplastic polymers. Let me go for thermosetting polymers. Okay, again what is the effect of temperature? Listen carefully. Thermosetting polymers upon heating, they becomes very hard. But what about thermoplastic? Upon heating they become soft. But what about thermosetting? Upon heating they will becomes hard, again cannot be reused. That means we have to be say that infeasible. What about thermoplastic? Feasible. What about thermosetting? Infeasible, because of cannot be reused, cannot be remoldable. एक बार डिस्चार्ज हो गया है समझो, एक बार जल गया है समझो. फॉर सपोज आई वांट टू टेल यू comb. Comb is nothing but made with bakelite. Combs are made with bakelite. And also electric disc electric switches board nana. So switchboards are made with bakelite. Bakelite is the example of thermosetting. अगर एक बार switchboard जल गया समझो, okay now we can't reuse, because of upon heating they will becomes hard and they will becomes infeasible, cannot be reused, cannot be remoldable. Means once upon heating they will be set like that in the form of hard form, in the form of infeasible form, cannot be comes back. So the nature is nothing but setting nature. Okay na beta? Good. So example for thermosetting and example for cross-linking, both are same. Again what are the answers we can write? That is nothing but the bakelite. And also we can write the Melmac. What is mean by Melmac? It contains two monomers. One is melamine, one more is formaldehyde. Good now. And also we can consider one more is nothing but urea formaldehyde resin. This also we can consider urea formaldehyde resin. Good. So type 1 classification on the basis of sources, type 2 on the basis of structures, and type 3 on the basis of what beta? Molecular forces. Okay now. Good. So on the basis of molecular forces, polymers are 4 types, but which polymer contain more intermolecular force? Answer is nothing but thermosetting, due to more number of cross-links and highly branching nature. Okay, so what is the order of molecular forces? So you suppose this is nothing but 1 and this is nothing but 2, thermoplastics are 3 and thermosettings are 4. In that 4 which contain more intermolecular forces, thermosetting contain more intermolecular forces 4 greater than, not thermoplastic. After that we have to go for fibers due to presence of hydrogen bond. ये तुम्हारा important point. After thermosetting, fibers they are having more intermolecular forces. After 4, second one, and next one is nothing but thermosetting, third one. And very weak intermolecular forces are present in elastomers and rubber polymers, due to that is nothing but the weak van der Waals forces. Okay beta? So they can give you any 4 examples. From here 1, from here 1, यहाँ से नाना. 4 categories से 4 examples A, B, C, D they are going to give you. So answer is D greater than, B greater than, C greater than A. This is the order of molecular forces of the respective all 4 polymers. I hope you understand. Good. And another type of polymerization is there beta. In that classification we have to be discussed about the another type of classification. That is nothing but the on the basis of types of polymerization. On the basis of what beta? Types of polymerization. Good. Fourth type of classification on the basis of types of polymerization. On the basis of types of polymerization. On the basis of types of polymerization, polymers are mainly classified into 2 types. One is addition polymerization, one more is condensation polymerization. Yes, better you know very well. So let me write first of all addition, how to prepare addition polymer. First suppose, okay, you suppose monomers I am going to be considered here, and I am going to tell you that monomers they are having DB means double bonds, and you suppose monomers they are having triple bonds. The monomers which are having double or triple bonds, that means the monomers which are in unsaturation condition, they undergo the process addition polymerization, and they are going to form the product is nothing but addition polymer. What beta? Addition polymer. So, okay, they are going to ask you the question so many times. Among the following addition polymer is, among the following condensation polymer is. So, how can we decide based on their monomer unit? If monomers are having double and triple bonds, they are going to form the addition polymer by addition polymerization. Good. So, let me write some examples. First, suppose I want to tell you PVC. What is a monomer? Vinyl chloride. Vinyl contain double bond. Next one is nothing but PAN. Means polyacrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile means vinyl cyanide. Again, vinyl contain double bond. And also we can say that polythene. In that polythene monomer is nothing but ethene. Again, ethene contain double bond. If monomers are having double or triple bonds, they are going to form the addition polymer beta. Good. Number 2. First, suppose I am going to consider the again monomer. And you suppose now monomers are having more than one functional group. If monomers are having more than one functional group, in that case only they undergo the polymerization, that is nothing but the condensation polymerization. Which polymerization beta? Condensation polymerization. The monomers, if they are having more than one functional group, we have to say that they undergo what beta? Condensation polymerization. In that condensation polymerization, definitely there will be loss of molecule will be takes place. Either maybe water molecule, and sometimes maybe what ammonia. In most of the cases, you have to nitrate water molecule. So, in which type of polymerization, there will be loss of water molecule. Addition or condensation? Always in condensation. Because of in that condensation polymerization, which type of monomers are involving? The monomers which are having more than one functional group. So from that functional groups, during condensation, we can eliminate the water molecule. And finally, they are going to get the product. The product is nothing but what beta? Condensation polymer. Okay? Right. Example for condensation polymer is nylon 6,6. And one more I want to tell you, that is nothing but terylene. Sir, why are you writing these 2 examples? I hope you may know very well. It contains 2 monomer hexamethylene diamine, more than one functional group. One more monomer is nothing but adipic acid. 2 COOH groups are there. So after the loss of water molecule, we are going to get the condensation polymers. Good. And last and final classification, that is nothing but the based on types of monomer units. Based on types of monomer units. Again, polymers are classified into 2 types. One is homopolymer, one more is copolymer. First, suppose homopolymers are formed from only one type of unit. Yes, I am going to be write that only one type of monomer unit. Only one type of monomer unit upon polymerization, maybe addition or maybe condensation, whatever that may be. Only one type of monomer unit upon polymerization, it's going to be formed. The product is nothing but homopolymer. Number of रह सकते, but type is only one type. First, suppose polythene, it was formed by number of ethene unit, but all ethenes are only one type. So only one type of monomer unit, ethene. Ethene gives what beta? Polythene. Only one type of monomer unit, vinyl chloride. So the answer is nothing but PVC. It's like that examples we can write down. Polythene contain only one unit, one type of unit, not one unit, one type of unit. Okay, that is ethene. And PVC contain only one type of unit, that is nothing but VC, vinyl chloride. So only one type of monomer units upon polymerization gives homopolymers. Next, 2 or more different types of units, 2 or more different types of monomers upon polymerization, but they are going to form the product is nothing but what beta? Copolymer. Yes, in nylon 6 comma 6, two different monomer units are there. In terylene, two different units are there. So we can say both are nothing but the examples of copolymers. Nylon 6 comma 6, and also we can see that what beta terylene. I hope you understand this clearly. So once again, short 4 words perfectly remember कर लो और एक बार perfectly. Monomers having double or triple bond, addition polymer. If monomers having more than one functional group, condensation polymer. If monomer is only one type of monomer, that forms homopolymer. Two or more different types of monomer units, they will form the copolymer. All 4 words you have to be focused. Addition and condensation and homopolymer and copolymer. Copolymer, 2 or more different types of unit. Homopolymer, only one type of unit. Condensation, monomers having more than one functional group. Addition polymer, monomers are having double and triple bonds. Okay na beta? Because of up to now so many times so many questions are repeated in the previous competitive exams. Like that, among the following, addition and condensation polymer is. Among the following, addition and homopolymer is. Addition and copolymer is. Condensation and homopolymer is. Condensation and copolymer is. Among the following, condensation polymer is. Like that. Number of questions in number of ways. Okay na, they have repeated in the previous exams better. Okay na. So try to know first of all. Okay, first of all try to focus on these 4 words. What is what I say perfectly remember kar lo. After that, around 20 to 25 polymers are there. For all the 20 to 25 polymers, just try to know the monomer name and monomer structure. This 2 is enough better. If you know the monomer name along with structure, preparation you can do easily, and what will be the final product you can write yourself 100%. So try to know the monomer names. Guarantee remember karna padega 100%. Any one question will be there. In previous year in KCET exam 2 questions are repeated from CET exam. Okay, in CET exam from polymers better. So don't neglect. Okay na? Yes, good man. So all types of classifications are over. Now type 1 and one type of that is nothing but polyamide polymers. So what are the polyamide polymers are there? The respective monomers along with uses along with structure. 2 to 3 categories we are going to be finished now, remaining all in tomorrow's class. Good. Yes, beta. Category 1 is nothing but polyamides. What is the formula of amide functional group? Bond C double bond O, bond NH, NH taken N. This is the formula of polyamide because of they are having amide linkages like amino acids. Repeated formula. Okay, good. So try to say how polyamide is going to be formed. Polyamides, they are going to be formed, and also we can say they are nothing but the polycondensation products of why we are saying condensation? Because of their forming from the monomers, and monomers are having more than one functional group. Polycondensation products of dicarboxylic acids, C dot A dot, dicarboxylic acids, and also we have to consider one more monomer, that is nothing but the diamides. So dicarboxylic acids, 2 carboxyl groups are there, and here 2 amine groups are there, means more than one functional groups are there. So condensation polymer. So polycondensation products of dicarboxylic acids and diamides. So that is nothing but what beta? Polyamide ka definition. Okay, good. So what are the examples of polyamide polymers? Okay, number 1 is nothing but nylon 6 comma 6. And also we can write one more example, nylon 6, and also we can write another example, nylon 2 comma 6. So try to remember, I hope all the nylon fibers, they are belongs to the polyamide category, but first 2 are non-biodegradable Last one is nothing but the biodegradable polymer. So among the following, biodegradable polyamide is, answer is nothing but nylon 2, 6. Okay, let me consider one by one. First of all, I want to tell you about the nylon 6, 6 के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे. Nylon 6, 6, that means it contains 2 monomer. First monomer contains 6 carbon, second monomer contains 6 carbon. Okay, what is the first monomer? Yes, I am going to write the structure here. First, suppose that is nothing but the NH2 bonded to CH2. CH2 taken 6, again it connected to NH2. What is the name of this formula? 6 means hexa, CH2 means methylene, amine, diamine. This is nothing but the HMDA, hexamethylene diamine, monomer number 1. Next one is nothing but we want to take dicarboxylic acid. So that is nothing but the adipic acid. You know that, madam? What is the formula of adipic acid? CH2 taken 4, it connected to COOH. Again it connected to another group left side also. What beta? COOH. Okay, दो साइड भी क्या है बेटा यहाँ पर? COOH and COOH. So the name of this compound is called adipic acid. Hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid. These are the monomers of what beta? Nylon 6, 6. Yes, we have to be consider n moles. यहाँ पर भी n moles. Number of monomer units we can consider beta. So how to prepare? So definitely upon during polymerization, here also we have to be say that there will be loss of what beta? Water molecule. Okay. So how to remove the water molecule? यहाँ पर confuse नहीं होना. Listen carefully. So from NH2 we are going to remove the H. H combines with OH from carboxylic acid, we are going to remove the water molecule. Again H combines with OH from the water molecule, we are going to remove the water molecule. So simply we are going to remove how many moles of water molecule? 2 moles of water molecule. Okay ना? Right. Let me consider here n moles. यहाँ पर भी अपन क्या ले सकते हैं? n moles. But here how many moles are there? n moles are. n moles नहीं रह सकते. ओके ना बेटा? yes n minus 1 बोल के लिखना पड़ेगा. Okay, they won't ask you but try to write here n minus 1. Okay, so after the loss of water molecule, after the loss of what beta? Water molecule, what we have to be write? ऐसे यहाँ से H remove किए, remaining is nothing but NH. NH bonded to CH2. CH2 taken 6. Again it connected to what beta? NH. Yes, from carboxylic acid we have removed OH group, remaining is nothing but C double bond O. Again it connected to CH2, CH2 taken 4. Again from COOH we have removed OH group, remaining is nothing but C double bond O taken N, we can write nylon. So this is the structure of nylon 6, 6. Nylon 6, 6. How? First suppose after nitrogen 6 carbons are there, again after nitrogen here also 6 carbons are there. So this is the importance of nylon 6, 6. C double bond O NH taken N, C double bond O NH taken N. So nylon 6, 6 is nothing but an example of polyamide polymer. So what are the uses of polyamide polymer? It can be used in making brushes. अपन brushes preparation में use कर सकते हैं. And also we can say that it can be used in making fibers. Yes, fabric जैसे use करते हैं, usually making fabrics. And also useful in making ropes. Ropes preparation में भी use कर सकते हैं. And also we can use in making preparations of carpets. So in the making of carpets also we can use the nylon 6, 6 fiber. Good. Next, what is the another in polyamide category beta? Nylon 6 is there. Okay, I am going to discuss about the nylon 6 polymer. And remember beta, nylon 6 polymer, another name is called Perlon, or we can say Perlon L. Try to be focused. Good. So Perlon, or we can say nylon L, it contains only one monomer unit. The monomer unit of nylon 6 is called caprolactam. Very important beta. So what is the formula of caprolactam? CH2 bond CH2 bonded to C double bond O. Again यहाँ पर भी bond CH2. Again here also we have to write CH2. Again here CH2. Total 5 CH2 group should be there in the monomer of nylon 6. So 5 I have written here. And finally this is nothing but NH group. NH and C double bond O. यहाँ पर भी link रहना पड़ेगा. This is the structure of caprolactam. So caprolactam is the monomer of what beta? Nylon 6. So definitely here bond dissociation takes place between C double bond O and NH upon heating and followed by hydrolysis also. Caprolactam upon heating or hydrolysis, it going to be formed, the product is bond C double bond O, CH2 total how many groups are there? 5. Again it connected to the group is nothing but NH. Here water molecule won't be participate, it will be participate, but just it is responsible to dissociate the amide linkage only. Okay, right. So n moles of caprolactam upon hydrolysis, it going to be formed, the product is nothing but nylon 6 because of nitrogen connected to 5 plus 1 6 carbon. Okay, na? Good. Yeah, so many times it was repeated. Among the following, which only polymer, okay, now prepared by hydrolysis? Nylon 6. From where? Caprolactam. It contains only one type of monomer unit, homopolymer. Here more than one functional group, condensation polymer. What about this here? 2 different units are there. What better? Copolymer. But they are having more than one functional group. We have to say that condensation. Like that for every polymer you can decide better if you know the monomer name along with structure. Okay na? Good. Okay. Sir, what is the nylon 6 के uses अपन क्या क्या बता सकते हैं? What are the uses of nylon 6? Very important is it is also useful, same like nylon 6, used in making fibers, and also we can say that used in making fabrics, and also useful in making ropes. And very important is by using nylon 6, it was used in making tire cords. So vehicle, okay ना, टायर्स के okay ना, कॉर्ड्स बनाने के लिए क्या यूज करते हैं बेटा? नाइलॉन 6 को यूज करना पड़ेगा to provide the more toughness. They are using tied cords. They are made with nylon 6 fiber. Good. Yeah, next one is nothing but in polyamide category, nylon 2,6 is there na beta? Okay, this is the biodegradable polymer. This, okay now, preparation of nylon 2,6 I will tell you in biodegradable category. Next one is nothing but type 2. Yes, here I am going to discuss about the polyesters. Okay, what is meant by polyesters? Same thing, Nana. Polycondensation products of dicarboxylic acids. Polycondensation products of dicarboxylic acids, and also we can take that diols. What about polyamide? Polycondensation products of dicarboxylic acids and diamides. Here we have to take that dicarboxylic acid, but here is dialcohol. That's why here symbol is O. Polyester symbol, that is polyamide symbol. Okay, example of polyesters, that is nothing but the terylene. What beta? Terylene. And also we can say the name of this compound is called Dacron. Yes, one more example also we can consider, that is nothing but the glyptol. What beta? Glyptol, very important. And one more is nothing but we can consider that PHBB. I will tell you. Okay now. Next one more is nothing but dextron. 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 So PHBB and dextron both are nothing but the biodegradable polyamides. Remaining two are the non-biodegradable polyamides. These two we will discuss in biodegradable category. But now, okay, now in non-bio category and polyester category, we have to be discuss about the terylene and glyptol. Let me read first of all about the terylene. So terylene, and also we can say one more name is nothing but Dacron, and also we can say one short name. This is nothing but the PET. What is mean by PET? Polyethyl terephthalate. E for ethylene glycol, example for diol. T for terephthalic acid, nothing but dicarboxylic acid. Okay na beta? So terylene, or we have to say that Dacron, it contain, okay, now how many monomer units? 2 monomer unit, because of its another name is nothing but PET. First monomer is nothing but ethylene glycol. So what is the first monomer? HO bonded to CH2, again bonded to CH2, again bonded to OH. So this is nothing but the ethylene glycol. And what is the another one? Second one is nothing but terephthalic acid, COOH bonded to benzene, again it bonded to COOH. So this is nothing but the terephthalic acid. Okay. Number one, ethylene glycol, and T indicates the terephthalic acid. One is dicarboxylic acid. One more is nothing but diol. Two different copolymer, more than one functional condensation polymer. Okay, na beta? Right. So what will be its structure? What is the structure of terylene or dacron? Simply here we have to remove the H. Remaining is O. O connected to CH2, CH2. नेक्स्ट अगेन यहाँ से भी H रिमूव करना पड़ेगा. एस यहाँ पर भी लेफ्ट इज नथिंग बट O. H प्लस combines with OH. Remaining is nothing but C double bond O. C double bond O connected to what beta? Benzene. Again benzene connected to what beta? Remaining group is nothing but C double bond O. Again H combines with OH, goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. First suppose यहाँ पर भी n moles of monomer, so it gives the n moles of product. This is your structure of what beta? Terylene, or we can say that dacron. So what is the use of terylene or dacron? Terylene, or we can say PET, it is used in making wash and wear clothes. Question was repeated beta. Wash and wear clothes are made by using which polymer? Terylene or dacron, and also we can say the PET. One more nano. So wash and wear clothes में use कर रहे means we have to be say that these are used in making terracotta and terrywool fabrics. So these fabrics, okay, now in this making also we can use what beta? Okay, that is nothing but the terylene, and also we can say the dacron. Good. And what is the one more here? One more is nothing but the glyptol. Yes, glyptol. Glyptol also contain, but try to remember one more name. Glyptol, one more name is called alkyl resin due to its special alkyl structure. Okay, alkyl resin. Among the following, alkyl resin is glyptol. It contains how many monomer units? 2 monomer units. Same like this terylene. Number one is nothing but ethylene glycol. HO bonded to CH2, CH2 bonded to CH2. Again CH2 bonded to OH. And what is the one more monomer in terylene? Terephthalic acid. But here in glyptol, one more monomer is nothing but phthalic acid. What is the formula of phthalic acid? Benzene bonded to COOH. Again benzene bonded to COOH. Two COOH groups, they should be present upon any adjacent positions. That is called phthalic acid. Opposite में है तो terephthalic acid, but this is nothing but what beta? Phthalic acid. So one monomer is nothing but phthalic acid, and one more monomer is nothing but EN, ethylene glycol. Two different monomer units, copolymer, more than one functional group, condensation polymer. Good. So final structure. What is the final structure of glyptol? Glyptol final structure, we can write that from here we are going to remove the H, so remaining is O. O connected to two ethylene groups, that is nothing but CH2 bonded to CH2. Again from here are going to remove the H, so remaining is nothing but only O. So H plus combines with OH, remaining is nothing but C double bond O. C double bond O group connected to benzene, like this. Again C double bond O ortho place another C double bond O group is there. Again from we are going to remove the OH, taken N. This is your structure of what beta? Glyptol. Such specific structure we have to be say that alkyl structure. Okay na beta? Good. So what is the use of glyptol? Glyptol was used okay na in making paints. Painting preparation में use कर सकते हैं. And also it was used in making lacquers. Question was repeated, important. Among the following, which is used in making paints and lacquers? Lacquers का meaning okay na some like gum like materials beta. So paints and glyptocos, they are made by using what beta? Glyptol. Okay, all of you? Good. So in polyamide, we have studied two, nylon 6,6 and nylon 6. And polyesters, we have studied again two. One is terylene, one more is nothing but glyptol. Okay, na beta? Right. So one question I want to ask you here. Give the conversion of benzene to nylon 6. sorry, not benzene, cyclohexane beta. Give the conversion of cyclohexane to nylon 6. Very important question. Can I show you all the steps? Good. Cyclohexane. First of all, cyclohexane undergo the process oxidation. Oxidation you suppose takes place upon first carbon. Already there will be one hydrogen, so we can write in the form of OH. Okay, na? Cyclohexane upon oxidation gives cyclohexanol, but in cyclohexanol this is nothing but the secondary alcohol. Again, such cyclohexanol upon oxidation means secondary alcohols upon oxidation gives ketone. So cyclohexanol changes into cyclohexanone because the secondary alcohols upon oxidation changes into keto group. Now such ketone compound, I mean cyclohexanone compound, undergo reaction with hydroxylamine. What is the formula of hydroxylamine? NH2OH. So simply from cyclohexanone remove the O, from hydroxylamine remove H2, goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule, and after that we are getting the product is cyclohexane as it is. After the loss of oxygen, double bonds we have to be write as it is. Again from loss of H2 it connected to N. Again after N is connected to OH now. H2O, remove that, remaining is water. So undergo reaction with what? NH2OH, hydroxylamine, that is important. Good. So what is the name of this compound? Cyclohexane oxime, or we can say cyclohexanoxime. Cyclohexane oximes. Now it undergo heating with concentrated sulfuric acid. Cyclohexane oximes upon heating with sulfuric acid, it undergo the process here. The process name is called, very important procedure. This is called Beckmann rearrangement. What is mean by Beckmann rearrangement? In the Beckmann rearrangement process, cyclohexane oximes in presence of H2SO4, they undergo rearrangement and changes into the more membered ring. For suppose 5 membered changes into 6 membered, and 6 membered changes into 7 membered with the help of one of the heteroatom nitrogen. So इस bond को यहाँ से कट करके nitrogen को expand कर देना. So 6 membered becomes 7 membered using nitrogen. Good. So what we can write now? It connected to NH, nitrogen and hydrogen. Again, next carbon connected to C double bond O. Like this we have to be write down. So here how many membered rings are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 membered ring. Okay now beta. Such 7 membered ring, in that 7 membered ring, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 methylene groups are there. 5 methylene means we have to say that this is nothing but the caprolactam. So oximes upon Beckmann rearrangement changes into the caprolactam. Now such caprolactam upon hydrolysis gives nylon 6. Upon hydrolysis gives what beta? Nylon 6. So what is the formula of nylon 6? Bond breaking takes place here. Bond C double bond O. C double bond O connected to CH2 taken 5. Again it connected to NH taken N. N caprolactam with the N modes. This is your structure, nylon 6. Okay. So conversion of cyclohexane to what? Nylon 6. Number of steps are involved. One second. Cyclohexane upon oxidation gives cyclohexanol. Cyclohexanol upon oxidation gives cyclohexanone. Cyclohexanone on reaction with hydroxylamine, it gives the product is oxime. Such oxime upon Beckmann rearrangement changes into caprolactam. It upon hydrolysis gives nylon 6. Okay na beta? Good. Now another type of polymer I want to be finished now beta. First suppose that is nothing but the natural rubber. So for your seniors, nothing but in the previous year, they have repeated, they have asked the question, what is the name of natural rubber? So cis form or transformer? Natural rubbers, they should be always in cis form. Okay, information about the natural rubber. Right. What is mean by natural rubber? It was obtained from the plants in the form of latex. Remember kar lo. Next, what is the name of natural rubber? Natural rubber, another name is called cis 1,4 polyisoprene. Same answer. Okay, the same question repeated. This only we have to be tick nana. What is meant by natural rubber? Cis 1,4 polyisoprene. Good. So cis 1,4 polyisoprene. This is the name of natural rubber. Polyisoprene means what is the monomer? Isoprene. So in natural rubber, monomer is isoprene. Monomer is isoprene. What is the name of isoprene? Isoprene name we can write that 2-methyl 1,3 butadiene. 2-methyl 1,3 butadiene. That is called isoprene. So monomer is nothing but isoprene. What is the empirical formula of monomer? Monomer empirical formula is C5H8 taken N. Monomer IPAC name, monomer empirical formula. Okay na? Good. So once again I want to tell you the structure of monomer preparation how to prepare the natural rubber. Okay, what is the monomer? Isoprene. What is the isoprene formula? CH2 double bond C, below plane is nothing but CH3. It connected to bond CH, double bond CH2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2-methyl 1,3 butadiene. समझ गए clearly? Good. So this is nothing but what beta? Isoprene unit. So number of isoprene units due to presence of double bonds, it undergo the process addition polymerization. Addition polymerization. Upon addition polymerization, double becomes single, single becomes double due to making new bonds, covalent bonds. Okay. So bond CH2, yes, I have written here. Double bond becomes single bond. See below plane, CH3 group is there. After that, single bond becomes double bond. Again here the atom is nothing but CH group is there. Again double bond becomes single bond. CH2 taken N. This is your structure of natural rubber, and also we can say that polyisoprene. Polyisoprene. Okay, good man. Now listen carefully. So in natural rubber, which type of links are there? I mean head to tail, like that man. And which type of forces are there, like hydrogen bond or weak intermolecular forces, like that. Okay, good. So I am going to show the structure. C connected to one side methyl. C connected to one side methyl. C another side CH2 group is there, nothing but methylic group is there, but it contains continuous bonds. C double bond C, yes I am going to be right here. Again C contain H, okay I have written here. Again C connected to CH2, yes I have written here. Same like this, I want to consider another structure. C double bond C, below plane CH3 and H. Above plane CH2 and CH2. But above plane CH2, they are making continuous bonds like this. Yeah. So this is your overall structure of what beta? Natural rubber. Okay. Isoprene 1 and isoprene 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1 means you suppose head part and 4 means you suppose tail part. And this is nothing but the presence of which force? Weak van der Waals forces. So I want to tell you now, listen carefully. Number of isoprene units in natural rubber, number of isoprene units, they are joined by the 1,4 links, they are joined by the head to tail links, they are joined by the weak van der Waals forces. Try to remember all the parts. Isoprene units are joined by 1,4 or head to tail cis links, both are towards the same side. That's why I am saying cis rubber. Okay na? 1, 4 दो भी सेम प्लेन में रहना. ओके ना, 1 ऊपर 4 नीचे नहीं रहना बेटा. Okay, na? So number of isoprene units, they are joined by 1,4 cis links by weak van der Waals forces. That's why natural rubber contain the nature is elastic nature, unfit for making automobile tires and tubes better. Okay, na? Okay, good na. Yeah, so story about the natural rubber was clear. But और एक point remember कर लो, natural rubber is nothing but cis 1,4 polyisoprene. Trans में भी हो सकता, but rare cases. So listen carefully. Trans 1,4 polyisoprene, that is known as gatta parcha. Very important. What is mean by gatta parcha? Trans 1,4 polyisoprene is called gatta parcha. But you don't say natural trans rubber. Natural बोले तो always cis ना. But trans में भी हो सकते हैं some other compounds. So trans 1,4 polyisoprene structures are known as gatta parcha. Enough that information. Good. But natural rubber beta, it contains some drawbacks. So what are the drawbacks of natural rubber? Natural rubber के drawbacks क्या क्या बता सकते तुम लोग? Number one is natural rubber is it has the capacity of large water absorption. Large water absorption. First, suppose if tires are made with natural rubber has the capacity large water absorption, means that can't move freely. So drawback. Next, and natural rubbers they are having low tensile strength. इतना strength okay ना, इतना strength भी नहीं रह सकता बेटा. Low tensile strength. Low tensile strength. Next point is natural rubber, it becomes soft at higher temperature and it will becomes brittle at lower temperature, especially below 10 degrees Celsius. यहाँ पर at higher temperature. So natural rubbers they will become very soft at higher temperature, so unfit for movement beta. And they will become brittle, okay, जल्दी break भी हो सकते at very low temperature below the 10 degrees Celsius. So due to this 2 to 3 drawbacks, we have to be say that natural rubber is unfit for making tires and tubes. Okay, so natural rubber तो unfit है ना बेटा. So what we have to do? Natural rubber we have to be convert into synthetic perfect rubber by the procedure is nothing but vulcanization. So what is mean by vulcanization? Important. Vulcanization. Okay. Vulcanization of rubber. Good. So natural rubber it contains some drawbacks. Already I have told you. So I am going to be consider the natural rubber because of it contains some drawbacks. I mean it contains some defects. So to modify such defects of the natural rubber, we are following the procedure vulcanization. In that vulcanization procedure, natural rubber undergo the process heating. Heating takes place by the addition of sulfur or sulfur compounds. We can add S2Cl2 and also we can add SF6. Sulfur or sulfur compound, okay, both we can add beta in the procedure of what beta? Alkalization. And try to remember one more point that should be very fixed. What is the suitable or optimum temperature we have to be used in vulcanization procedure? That is about 373 to 415 Kelvin. 373 to 415 Kelvin. यही temperature range को अपन use करना पड़ेगा for the conversion of natural rubber into synthetic rubber, and also we can say that vulcanized rubber. Vulcanized rubber. Okay, beta. So vulcanized rubber is nothing but purely synthetic rubber, which is fit for making automobile tires and tubes, and it contains more hardness and it contains more okay stiffness, like that everything we can say beta. And also we can say that it contains more tensile strength, more tensile, like that, and it do not absorb any water, means we have to say that no water absorption, zero water absorption. Once again, So natural rubber, it contains so many drawbacks like this, Nana. To modify this all drawbacks, natural rubber undergo the process of vulcanization. So it upon heating by the addition of sulfur or sulfur compounds at the temperature of 373 to 415 Kelvin, it's going to be formed. The product is nothing but vulcanized rubber, nothing but purely synthetic rubber, which contains more hardness and more toughness, more tensile strength and zero water absorption capacity. Okay, na beta? Good. So why these all properties are changed? Only due to addition of sulfur. Because of, in this process, sulfur acts as cross-linking agent. So how much percentage you have to be used? Especially 5 to 7. 5 to 7% of sulfur, it's going to be act as cross-linking agent. Very important. 5 to 7% of sulfur, it's going to be act as what beta? Cross-linking agent. Because of it forms the, sulfur forms the cross links at the active site of double bond. So this is the active site of double bond. So upon that carbon, we have to be form the cross links. Which cross link? Sulfur cross link. So मैं आपको structure बता दूँ. What is the structure of vulcanized rubber? This is the structure of natural rubber. But okay, after vulcanization, how we are going to get the structure? Good. CH3, okay, bond CH2 connected to C. C connected to methyl group. Yes, I am going to be right here. Next, double bond is there, na beta? Okay, just I want to write only single bond. And it contains one more hydrogen atom. And it connected to above plane is nothing but what beta? CH2. Okay, now this is natural rubber polymer chain 1. Next, another structure below down. Niche I am going to be right here. CH3 bond C. Below plane CH3 bonded to CH. Again bonded to CH2, CH2 taken N. So this is the natural rubber chain 1, natural rubber chain number 2. Between two natural rubber chains, after vulcanization, we are going to form the sulfur cross links at the active site of double bond. This is the active site of double bond. Active site, between here we have to form sulfur cross link. Again active site, sorry. C to C, sulfur cross link. CH to CH, sulfur cross link. Here no more, here CH is there. Good. Okay, between two active site of double bonds, between two polymer chains, we have to be forming sulfur cross links. Due to formation of sulfur cross links between two natural rubber chains, automatically it become act as vulcanized rubber and all the properties will be developed, improved. Okay, na beta? Good. And one more point I want to tell you here. Actually, vulcanization process is a slow process. So, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा temperature use नहीं कर सकते. That's why it is a slow process. But it can be accelerated by the addition of vulcanization can be accelerated by the addition of zinc oxide and carbon black, carbon powder. So by using any one, we can accelerate the vulcanization procedure. We can improve the formation of vulcanized rubber yield better. Okay, na? Good. And one more procedure I want to tell you. One question was repeated. Okay, which is highly vulcanized rubber? The answer is nothing but ebonite. Very important question. What is mean by ebonite? Ebonite is a highly vulcanized rubber. Means it is highly more S% sulfur, most S content rubber. It contains how much percentage? Around 20 to 30 percentage. 20 to 30% of sulfur will be there. But actually in vulcanized rubbers, around how much percent of sulfur will be there? 5 to 7. But in ebonite, it is a highly vulcanized rubber. It contains more content of sulfur, that is around 20 to 30% of sulfur. Good. And one more question also repeated in the previous exams. Try to remember this formula also. This is nothing but the thiokal rubber. Which rubber beta? Thiokal rubber. What is the formula of thiokal rubber? Thio means sulfur beta. Yes. Bond CH2, again SS, again bond CH2, taken N. So SS link should be there. That is called thiokal rubber. So thiokal rubber structure remember कीजिए. Highly vulcanized rubber is nothing but ebonite. How much percentage? 20 to 30. And this is the structure of vulcanized rubber, and this is the structure of natural rubber. In natural rubber का structure a synthetic rubber or vulcanized structure rubber. Okay ना बेटा? Yes, how to do vulcanization and try to remember the temperature and what are the accelerators we are using. and which is known as okay, na cross-linking is it, and about how much percentage, and what is the empirical formula, monomer name, natural rubber exact name, transform is known as vector, everything you have to be remembered. Okay, na? So in this manner, in that vulcanization way, we have to be converting natural rubber into vulcanized rubber, and also we can say the synthetic rubber. So what are the synthetic rubbers we have? Buna S, automobile tires में use करते हैं. Buna N, that is nothing but petrol bunk में वो pipe use करते हैं ना बेटा, Buna N, and one more is nothing but neoprene, safety belts and conveyor belt nana. So all they are synthetic rubbers, and we can say vulcanized rubbers. So story about the synthetic rubbers, three types: Buna S, Buna N, neoprene. Their structures, preparations, uses, everything we are going to discuss tomorrow, along with addition polymers, and also along with like bakelite, okay, now resin polymers, I mean urea formaldehyde, like that, nana, phenol formaldehyde, okay. Yes sir, everything we are going to be discussed. Remaining all topics वो कल finish करेंगे बेटा. Try to make practice. Just once again revision करते जाओ बेटा. That is enough to you. Okay.